Hello grade 6 students! Welcome back to a new lecture video. This time we'll start talking about animal cells. But before, let's make a review on sexual and asexual reproduction to remember the difference between them. We all know that in sexual reproduction, new plants or seeds of plants are produced from the fusion of a sperm cell with an ovule. The first step in sexual reproduction is pollination. Pollination occurs when pollen grains produced by the anther, by the male, when these pollen are transferred from the anther to the stigma, a part of the female. The second step is fertilization. Fertilization occurs when pollen grains start to release the sperm cells inside the ovary, and then when these sperm cells meet the egg cells, they will form seeds. The last step is fertilization. It happens only in plants which give fruits, and it occurs when the ovary turns into a fruit. Whereas the difference in between sexual and asexual reproduction is that in asexual reproduction, new plants are produced from parts of the original plants. Not from fusion, there is no pollination, there is no fertilization, there is no sperm or ovule, just a part of the original plant. The first type of asexual reproduction is growing from runners. The runner is an above-ground stem that, such as the strawberry plants. This is growing from runners. We have growing from cuttings such as mint and pineapple and also geranium. In growing from cuttings, we can just bring a cut or a piece of the original plant, like a leaf, for example, put it in water, and then it will grow into a new plant. We can put it in water or soil. The third one is tuber. The tuber is an underground stem that stores food, such as like potato plant. We have the rhizome. The rhizome is an underground stem that grows near the surface of the soil. Example is the iris plant, iris flower. The last one is bulbs. Bulbs such as the radish plant. So runners, tubers, rhizomes, cuttings, and even bulbs, they are all types of plants and they are made up of plant cells. All plants are made up of plant cells. Look at the plant cell. As you remember from the first lesson, a plant cell has cytoplasm, it has a nucleus, cell membrane, cell wall, mitochondria, vacuole, and the chloroplast. And the difference between a plant cell and animal cell is that the plant cells have cell wall and the chloroplasts, while animal cells do not have. So plants are made up of plant cells and animals are made up of animal cells. Look at this animal cell here. This is a cell of paramecium, and paramecium is a living organism that is made up of one cell only. So the paramecium is a unicellular organism since it's made up of one cell only, and its type is an animal cell. The paramecium cell has a cell membrane. The cell membrane controls what goes in and out of the cell. It has the nucleus that controls all cellular activities, cytoplasm, which is jelly-like structure, and the cilia that allows the paramecium to move, food vacuole for food storage, oral groove is like the mouth of the paramecium, anal pore is like the part of the cell that allows the paramecium to get rid of wastes. So multicellular organisms are made up of many cells, and plants and animals are of course multicellular organisms. Okay, so the human is a multicellular organism, and as we know, multicellular organisms are made up of many types of cells. Look at these types of cells: brain cell, liver cells, muscle cells, blood cells, intestinal cells. Every type of cell has a different size, different function, and different shape. For example, look at the red blood cell and the white blood cells. They are both found in the blood, but every one of them has a different function, different size, and different shape. Look at the nerve cell. It's related to the nervous system. The intestinal cells, which are found in the small and large intestine. The sperm cell and the ovum cell, which are engaged in the reproduction process. And also the bone cell. So each one of them has different size, different function, and different shape, as we said. Okay, so the human is a multicellular organism. That means it is made up of many types of cells. Let's learn about some types of these cells. Let's start from here. What is this cell? These cells are muscle cells that are found inside our muscles in order to help us move. They help us move, walk, run. These are the muscle cells which are found in our muscles. Look here, down. Here, these are the skin cells that cover the inside of our bodies, the inner organs, and also the outer organs. So our body is covered with skin cells. Here you can see these cells that look like stars, and these are very important. They are the nerve cells, and these nerve cells help us to feel, to sense the environment around us. How do we hear? Because of nerve cells. How do we smell? How do we see? How do we feel? That's because of nerve cells. They are like a communication center between the brain, the environment, and our body. Look here. These are the bone cells, and the bone cells make our skeleton to support our body and to give the body its shape. And finally, here we have the blood cells. Okay, so inside the blood there are many different types of cells. And let's start from the red blood cells. The red blood cells are responsible for carrying oxygen and carbon dioxide to all body organs and cells. We talked before that the function of the blood is to transport nutrients and oxygen to all body parts. But the cells that are responsible for this job are the red blood cells that carry the carbon dioxide and the oxygen to all body parts. What about the white blood cells? What is the function of the white blood cells? The white blood cells, let's look at this short video here. It shows that a white blood cell is attacking, the white blood cells are attacking a parasite. So white blood cells attacks bacteria, parasites, viruses in order to protect us. So the function of the white blood cell is protection. They fight all types of germs. Okay, so as a revision for what we have explained today, first, what is the difference between unicellular and multicellular organisms? Unicellular organisms are living things made up of one cell only, such as paramecium. The multicellular organisms that are made up of many cells, such as human, plants, and animals. And look at the paramecium, which is unicellular organism. It has a cell membrane here. This is the cell membrane. Inside it has a cytoplasm, it has the nucleus, the cilia, the anal pore, the oral groove, and the food vacuole. These are the organelles found inside the paramecium, as we mentioned before. The human body is made up of many cells, such as the skin cells, the muscle cells, nerve cells, bone cells, and blood cells. The skin cells that cover our body, the muscle cells that are found in the muscles and that help us to move, the nerve cells that make the nervous system and they help us to feel the environment around us, the bone cells, that make our skeleton and the blood cells that are found in our blood. That was everything about our lesson for today. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.